tinnitus thing. This all began probably I think close to 2 years ago. It's right after we moved to this house. So I started getting ringing in my ears, and I noticed at first it's mostly just in one ear. And I went to, first thing I did was I got my hearing checked, and then I got it checked again by a different one because I'm thinking, well, my ringing is not going away, and both doctors said I was completely fine and really isn't a lot you could do. So then I start joining Facebook groups, and let me tell you, I am not in them anymore. I started to realize focusing on the situation made it so much worse. It was like the ringing was driving me crazy because everyone was talking about it. So then I decided to start looking. I remember reading somebody that had come in the group, and she had said something like she had been in the groups and then had left a bunch of them because she just decided to start working with a way to make it better. And I just thought the same thing. I was like, this is craziness. So the first thing that I did, and I'm going to tell you a bit more because there is more to this story. The first thing I did was I have a giant fan beside my bed because that's when I would hear it when I was trying to go to sleep. I remember I was starting to cry because it's like having hiccups when you're trying to go to sleep. I kept hearing this ringing in my ears and I couldn't fall asleep. So having this fan is like white noise. So if you don't have a fan, you could also just use a white noise machine. I think either would work. And it's right by my head, and my brain doesn't hear the sound anymore. So I fall asleep really fast. I don't even hear it at all. Occasionally, sometimes I hear it. Sometimes if I'm driving, I'll suddenly notice that my ears are ringing a little bit. I think it does it sometimes after I've had too much salt, but I'm not completely sure. But that's really made a big difference, and that's just helped me cope. It's like my body has just kind of gone, oh, she has some ear ringing. Oh, well. And I've just kind of adapted to it, which is great. So getting out of those groups and just finding ways to just live my life has made the biggest difference. However, because I started down the path with doctors, then I went to my dentist. They thought it might have something to do with TMJ because that I have my jaw will click. And that's just been something over the last 5, 6, 7 years, I guess. So then they send me to a kind of an ear, nose, throat specialist who then sends me, well, so he takes an x-ray and touches my jaw. And I don't even realize it's super sensitive because I don't touch my jaw. But he's like, I'm sending you for an MRI. And I don't know where you live, but I live in Canada. Took a year till I got my MRI. It just takes forever. I mean, our healthcare is great, it's paid for, but you gotta wait. So I just got my MRI last month, and then, which I hated. I've never had an MRI before. Got to wear like a helmet on my head. I'm not a person that's claustrophobic at all. I go in the big MRI, which was fine, but I had to put like some kind of weird helmet on my head and hold something through my mouth. I couldn't see anybody. It was a little bit weird and I didn't like it. So it wasn't horrible. I mean, it wasn't painful, but I just didn't like the feeling of it. But anyway, the results of that came back and really isn't much other than he said that there's like a ball joint. I'm not a doctor, but it pops out when my mouth opens and it goes back into place when my mouth closes. Now what? So I'm like, okay. Like, so it's really not affecting my tinnitus, other than I still think that it could be all connected to that, but nobody seems to have any definitive answers. He's suggesting that I get a mouth guard. So I wear Invisalign at night though. I was talking to my dentist and it's almost the same thing. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the mouth guard because I already wear Invisalign, which is kind of wearing a retainer. So I think where I sit today is this is my year of turning 60, and I don't have many things wrong with me that I know of. But this is maybe one of my things that's just gonna go with me. And I just kind of learned to embrace the tinnitus, and I'm not gonna do, by the way, I love this pomade for eyebrows. Oh, this stuff's amazing. But anyway, I'm not gonna do anything more for the tinnitus. I don't want to go for any more MRIs or any more helmets or anything like that. Definitely don't want to do that again. But I'm just gonna live with it. And it's just I call it now the music in my body. It's the sound of my body. So as long as, oh, I remember why I was a bit concerned in the beginning because I had read that if you only had tinnitus in one ear, it can be a symbol of a bigger problem, and that was my concern. I forgot about that. And I definitely was getting tinnitus more in one ear than the other. I think now I get it in both, but I still to this day get it more in one ear. And I had read online, never Google stuff. I'm bad. I'm a Google doctor. I like to learn my own stuff. But somewhere it had said something, I can't remember. It was like about blood pressure, and it could be a sign of something more serious, which wasn't great. So then I think right after that, I went and got my physical, which I always go for my physicals, but like my health is generally okay. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm generally decently healthy. So it wasn't anything like that. And yeah, like I said, like tinnitus is now just being called the music of my mind, the music of my body. And I don't even really notice it anymore. So if it's something that you're struggling with, honestly, the less you think about it and the more you just try to just let it blend in with who you are, the better you will be. So anyway, thanks for listening. I just wanted to give you an update. And if you have anything like that you're going through, let me know. I make a comment below or whatever, because I like to share this kind of thing and just talk about life. And, this year, especially because I'm turning 60, it's just been a year of like figuring things out a little bit. So, okay, well, I'll see you guys in the next video and thanks for hanging out.